Uber and you see this man run for your life.
Immediately I entered this man's car, there was something hanging in front of his mirror. It looked so fetish and...
But this same man picked me up, May 3rd, and he did the same thing.
Olo chef boat, chef Uber, chef in drive.
I'm getting scared because like, oh my God, what if he's the one? You guys, please be careful.
This is the man who goes around in boats, in drive and Uber, allegedly robbing women of their belongings, raping ladies in his ride, and pretending to offer safe transport while carrying knives, scissors, guns, and other weapons in his car.
This guy has pepper spray, he has gun, he has sharp weapons, whatever.
For months, young women have cried out, sharing stories of their painful encounters with this predator. They talk about how he allegedly threatens them, hurts them, and strips them not just of their possessions, but of their dignity.
And you are telling me I'm not with your phone. He's like, you want me to kill you here? Immediately, he now brought out the knife. He was not holding the knife. He said he's going to stab me to death. Started diverting to another route. That do I have condom inside my bag? Look at what he was asking me. I said I don't have condom inside my bag. He now searched my bag. That he's going to send my body in parts. That he already has people that will buy my body.
Despite these cries and warnings, he is still on the road. He is still picking up unsuspecting women and still moving through Uber, boat, and InDrive like a hunter waiting for his next victim. And the most heartbreaking question remains, why is a man like this still allowed to drive? Why has no company taken firm action to protect the very people they promise safety to?
Uber are still allowing this man to drive after he has victimized a lot of girls. Every day they're going to complain about on a rider. Every day.
So why would Uber and boats and InDrive allow a known criminal walk with them?
Will you be employing a highway robber to be on the highway picking people?
Every day that passes without justice is another day of risk for countless women. What use is technology if it cannot protect the vulnerable? What good is business when it ignores the cries of the broken? To the companies, the question is simple. How many more women must be hurt before you act? How many more tears must fall before you listen?
Please, Nigerian police, come to our help.
Like, the government should look into it. Police, they should look into it. And even close to like 8 or more were saying, oh, I've inside this man car before, or I'm a victim, or I almost got kidnapped. What?
The worst part of this issue is that it has been reported to the police, but police did nothing about it.
To every reader, this is not just a story. This is a call to wake up, a call to demand safety, a call to make sure that no man, no matter how cunning, is allowed to use the wheel as a weapon against women again. Because as long as this man is allowed to drive, every woman on the road is in danger.
The government is not doing anything. Somebody should do something about this guy.
Every single day, Lagos generates over 13,000 metric tons of solid waste, more than many African countries produce in a week. But less than half of this waste is properly collected or disposed, while the rest piles up in streets, markets, and growing dump sites across the city, turning communities into ticking time bombs. From Ojota to Agege, Ayobo to Yanoba, and across Lagos, waste is piling up faster than it can be managed, threatening both the health of residents and the environment.
Very, very hard, like just to struggle for myself and for my kids too. So that life in this place is just for you to look for some way to just hide your head, just put your head.
And they face a lot of challenges here in this place because like what I'm saying here, place they live, kind of work they do, where they cook and what they eat every day. It's going to affect them because many of them are here just for them to survive.
There is just one of two things that is come up is that they will have to sell something before they will see money here to eat. Either they sell plastic or a rubber or keg or nylon, so they'll need to sell it. They'll work hard to get the money here. But in this place, you see a lot of people, they are living here. It's not like they don't have the money to rent house, but the money is too hard for them to see. Even though if they see the money safe, they will have to buy something. If rain fall, you will see a lot of water before you are coming into this place.
But beyond residents, thousands of people depend on these dump sites for survival, selling food and scavenging recyclables in risky and unhealthy conditions just to make a living. The question remains, how is the government tackling this challenge, and what is the plan for communities like Ojota, where the health of thousands is at stake?
We have monitoring and compliance officers who go around to enforce environmental laws. So since last year, we've arrested and prosecuted close to 200 offenders for littering, for dumping bulk waste. And we've also sealed a lot of facilities, commercial facilities that have not been obeying the environmental laws. We need to reduce the amount of waste we're generating. We need to reuse as much of that waste as possible, and also to recycle as much as possible. And that's the gospel we've been taking throughout the state. We're currently running a 2-bin system in Lagos. We have 2 bins, a green bin for general waste and a blue bin for mixed recyclables. And we have 80,000 of those, which we're selling through our websites. The 2 legacy dump sites at Olusosun and Solus 3 in Igodo. Each dump site will be replaced by a transfer loading station. From these transfer loading stations, we'll transport waste to new material recovery facilities, one in Ikorodu and one in Badagry. And those 2 sites collectively will process about 4,000 tons of waste out of the 13,000 we generate daily.
With this sensitization, we hope that the market women actually comply with the rules of the Thursday sanitation. That's number 1, which is very essential. Number 2 is to keep their goods and the things they sell in the proper places they are meant to keep them. Trade in the proper places they are meant to trade. Don't trade on the walkway. Abide by the rules. Leave the amount of meters that's left to be on the road for cars and vehicles to, to move around. And not only that alone, it's also essential for our market women as well. Once they are done with the day's trade, they should clean and sweep, the place that they've carried out their trade, their stores and their shops, put it in a proper, nice waste bin, tie it up, and take it to where the lawnmower operatives are meant to carry out, their duties, and make sure the disposal is as neat and as clean as possible. Because that's where we buy our food. That's where we buy a lot of things to take to our houses. And if it's not properly kept and the hygiene is not well done, we run dangers and, risk of having food disease and, disease outbreak.
While government agencies continue to emphasize citizen responsibilities, residents insist that stronger intervention and real actions are urgently needed to prevent further environmental and health crises.
In addition, we have waste-to-energy projects planned for our Ekpe dump site, which has been closed. That's by the free trade zone. There's going to be a waste-to-energy plant there to be constructed by Harvest Waste, a Dutch company. And that waste-to-energy plant will take in about 2,500 tons of waste daily to generate 60 to 80 megawatts of electricity to power the future of Lagos. Loma has a partnership with Lamata to build a biogas plant that will take in organic waste, both solid and liquid organic waste, and generate biomethane to power the mass transit fleet of Lamata and the compactor trucks that we use for collection of waste statewide.
For us as a local government, it's something we've done with our legislative arm within us here at AGEGE local government, is to make sure that anyone caught disposing waste the wrong way is going to be fined 50,000 naira, and they would also sign an agreement that allows us to know that once they do the same thing again, is either they pay more fine, and also we also hand them over to the necessary authorities to carry out all other regulations on the all other enforcement on them. For example, some people actually go to serve jail term, in regards to dropping refuse, illegally. That's one thing. And also environmental sanitation. People that don't sanitize, carry out sanitation in their houses, clean their drainages, will seal up their houses and ensure they pay a fine. After sensitization, which is the month of September, we are also going straight to inner street sweeping. We'll be bringing out our people from the communities who will be appointed as street sweepers, and we'll pay them to make sure our inner streets are clean. We'll be making sure we carry along and then stakeholders around the ones that are nominated by the government to streets and to sweep the major highways, across local governments. Also, we are building an enforcement team, creating an enforcement team to manage people who have decided that they want to drop waste illegally. And not only that, we are also creating a drainage team that will be clearing all drainages across our local governments. We are also empowering and ensuring that we strengthen our own local security operatives to help us ensure that we catch people who are dropping waste illegally.
For now, Lagosians wait and hope that promises of cleaner, safer communities will move beyond talks and become a reality. Imisioluwa.
We're glad to have you join us at this hour on Africa News 24 TV, where we bring you up to speed with happenings around the world. I'm Timothy Crown. Adiribibi. First, let's take the highlights. Chief of Army Staff orders soldiers to intensify operations to eliminate criminal activities in the southwest region of Nigeria. Peter Obi criticizes members of the House of Representatives for turning down bill to criminalize vote buying during party primaries. Dangote Refinery tells motorists to report any MRS station selling petrol beyond 737 naira per litre. And to the meat of the bulletin, let's begin in security, as the Chief of Army Staff has directed soldiers to intensify operations aimed at eliminating criminal activities in the southwest region of Nigeria. In a statement, the Chief of Army Staff emphasized the need for a proactive approach to tackle armed robbery, kidnapping, and other security threats affecting communities across the zone. He called on military personnel to work closely with other security agencies to ensure the safety of residents and protect lives and property. The Army Chief also urged soldiers to remain vigilant and uphold discipline while carrying out operations, stressing that maintaining peace and stability in the region is a shared responsibility between the military and local authorities. Still in security, the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-OLU, has promised residents that the protection of their lives and property remains the primary responsibility of his administration. He was speaking during the groundbreaking ceremony of the office complex of the Lagos State Security Trust Fund in IJADE, the state capital. Sanwo-OLU described the project as a critical investment aimed at strengthening security coordination, accountability, and institutional efficiency in the state. According to the governor, Lagos, as Nigeria's economic, commercial, and tourism hub, requires a robust and well-coordinated security framework to sustain growth and public confidence. He said the new complex would provide a permanent operational base for the trust fund and enhance collaboration among security agencies, the private sector, and other stakeholders supporting security in the state. The governor commended renowned philanthropist and businessman Sir Kensington Adebutu for fully funding the construction of the facility, describing his gesture as an act of patriotism and long-standing commitment to public safety. Still in Lagos, but this time in politics, the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-OLU, has been talking about his leadership style and those of the leaders in different levels of the state. Sanwo-OLU maintains that whether political or technocratic, leadership in the state will continue to be guided by the will of the people and the imperative of results-driven governance. He emphasizes that governance in Lagos is anchored on appointing capable and trustworthy individuals who approach public office as a call to service rather than a platform for privilege. The governor was speaking during the swearing-in ceremony of the new chairman of AGEGE local government area of the state, Abdulganiyu Obasa. Also sworn in by the governor was the permanent secretary of the Lagos State Office of Transformation, Creativity and Innovation, Toyin and Ademuyiwa. Still talking politics, the former presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the last election, Peter Obi, has been reacting to the decisions of members of the House of Representatives to turn down a bill to criminalize vote buying during party primaries. Peter Obi describes the decision as a setback to Nigeria's democratic reforms. The proposal considered during clause-to-clause deliberation on amendment to the Electoral Act 2022 sought to make inducement of delegates at party congresses, conventions, and primaries a criminal offense with penalties including imprisonment. In a statement on X, Obi said the refusal to criminalize the practice amounted to protecting a broken system, arguing that electoral corruption begins at the level of party primaries where candidates emerge, maintaining that without addressing inducement at that stage, broader electoral reforms will remain ineffective. The former Anambra State governor also warned that vote buying has become entrenched beyond general elections, spreading into internal party processes and even community and organizational elections. From politics to culture, Lagos has once again stepped into its rich ancestral past as the IJADE procession takes center stage, signaling the build-up to the iconic Eyo festival. The age-long rite, steeped in symbolism and tradition, reinforces the city's cultural identity and unity. Lady Ajayi has a report.
Lagos State came alive with ancestral symbolism on Sunday as the IJADE procession moved through key historic locations, reaffirming the city's commitment to preserving its cultural heritage. The ritual procession, marked by the ceremonial bearing of the Opambata, symbolized guidance, protection, and the transmission of tradition from one generation to another, as Lagos reflected on its foundations and advanced with dignity. Speaking during the event, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-OLU described the Eyo Festival as a powerful expression of identity and continuity. He said the ceremony underscores Lagos' rich cultural depth, noting that a people without culture risks losing relevance.
Our local and international friends and audience, we know that indeed there is a strong and rich tradition and culture in Lagos. Culture in Lagos. Because they say that the people without a culture are going into extinction. If you don't have a culture, you are not relevant. What are you living for? What are you passing on? What are you transferring? So it will be a cultural event that we will use to demonstrate to all of our visitors, to all of our friends, that Lagos is not only the center of excellence, it's not only the commercial economic nerve center of our country, it's also the melting point of culture and tourism.
Also speaking, Olori Adebola Dosumu explained that the IJADE is part of a wider preparatory procession ahead of the main Eyo festival scheduled for next Saturday.
This is the first process. Whenever we bring out Okpa, that means for sure Eyo is certain. So we go to different places. You can see when we leave Aweyademu, we went to Oba's Palace. From Oba Palace, we went to some chief palaces too. Then this is where we are now at the governor's house. We're still going to Mr. President's house to pay them homage, to tell them that we are having Eyo next week Saturday. So since the Okpa is out, so everybody is allowed to go and get the Opambata. That's the staff of Eyo.
The outing, he added, formally signals the certainty of the forthcoming festival. The IJADE procession once again highlighted Lagos' resolve to protect its ancestral customs, reinforcing culture as a unifying force and a vital pillar of the state's history, identity, and tourism appeal. Lydia Ajayi, Africa News 24 TV.
Let's go on a quick break. When we return, we'll tell you how much Dangote insists MRS sells petrol nationwide. That's on business. Join us again. Welcome back. And on business, the Dangote Petroleum Refinery has announced the nationwide sale of petrol at 739 naira per litre across all MRS Oil Nigeria PLC filling stations and urged Nigerians to report any outlet selling above the approved price. The refinery, in a statement, said the pricing marks a major step toward affordable fuel and stability in Nigeria's downstream petroleum market. With over 2,000 MRS stations nationwide, the company said consumers are expected to feel the impact of the price reduction across Nigeria. Dangote Refinery urged consumers to refrain from buying petrol at inflated prices, saying, quote, "We encourage Nigerians to avoid buying petroleum, motor spirit at excessively high prices when they can access locally refined fuel at 739 naira per litre from over 2,000 MRS stations nationwide. Report any MRS station selling above the approved price." End of quote. The company also calls on other petrol station operators to patronize their product so that the benefit of this price reduction can be passed on to Nigerians across all outlets, ensuring broad-based relief and a more stable downstream market. And on foreign scene, a Delaware appeals court has cleared the way for Elon Musk to receive a long-disputed $56 billion Tesla pay package, overturning earlier rulings that had invalidated the award. The court ruled that Musk fulfilled the terms of a 2018 compensation deal and that Tesla and its shareholders benefited from its performance. The package had been challenged by shareholders who argued it was excessive, but Tesla's board and shareholders have continued to support Musk. Lawyers for the shareholders say they are reviewing the decision. And outside the country, Italy's competition authority, the Autorità Garante della Concorrenza, El del Mercato, has fined U.S. technology giant Apple and two of its subsidiaries 98.6 million euros for allegedly abusing their dominant position in the mobile application market. The regulator announced the decision today, stating that Apple holds absolute dominance through its App Store and violated European competition rules in its dealings with third-party app developers. The investigation opened in May 2023